Welcome back to another episode of Samp&Chance Boxing. I am your host, Bobby Sampson, joined as always, my man with the master plan, Mr. Chance Michaels. How are you, Chance? I know you're excited.
Doing pretty good, man. Yourself?
Can't complain, man. It's just a couple days away from a great weekend of boxing. Hopefully, it delivers, man. We got cards all over the place this weekend. But you know what? Very quickly, Berlanga gets knocked out by Shiraz. Did you see that coming?
No, I thought Berlanga was going to take it. So it's nice. It's good to see a upset. Good to see a surprise. And the way Berlanga was acting in the press conference of De La Hoya he was totally disrespectful. He's acting like a total idiot. De La Hoya, I thought, owned him in the press conference, and then De La Hoya mocked him after. And Berlanga deserves that because you were throwing, women's underwear at him and mocking him. So De La Hoya fired back, and you got knocked out. So
Well, I feel bad for Berlanga in the sense that Zepeda lost. I mean, if Zepeda had won, I think less of the pressure would have been off of Berlanga from De La Hoya. But, that happens. But very quickly, what do you think of Shakir's performance there? Did he prove anything to you or did he need to prove anything to you?
it was more of an exciting fight only because the Payton brings that kind of action to him. So forcing the fight a little more exciting. Some people thought could have been a draw. I don't think so. I thought Shakur won, but he's a lot more exciting than his last fight. That's for sure.
Yeah, fair enough. And last, before we get into everything here, man, I'm putting you on the spot. Your thoughts on the Katie Taylor Serrano fight? Very different fight from the first two fights. These girls were fighting very technical. It almost that was the only last thing these two could do. They slugged it out. So I mean, the third fight wasn't spectacular in any sense, but it was a
No, it
great
wasn't great.
technical battle. You
Yeah,
have
it
to be
was what
you
I
have to
thought.
be
Taylor's going to win. She beat her twice before. First one you could have made went either way, but it's what most people expected.
okay, cool,
Wasn't bad.
cool.
Wasn't great. It was all
There we
right.
go. All right, let's head over to the UK, ladies and gentlemen. It's 2 years in the making, or no, almost a year in the making. I can't believe it's been over that long. Dubois, Usyk, 2, the rematch. Your thoughts, my friend? How do you feel about this one?
It's going to be a good fight. We got 11-year age gap here. So is father time going to catch up with Usyk? Nobody's really talking about his age because he always looks so good in all of his fights, but he is 38. Dubois is 27. We know the controversy from before, the low blow. Some say it was a clean shot. Some say it was a low blow. It's pretty much 50-50 on that. If it was a low blow, the ref made the right call. If it was a regular shot, the ref made the wrong call, gave Usyk lots of time to recover, ended up winning the fight. So Dubois' team appealed that. They went at it, but it was overall ruled a low blow. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, I still think Usyk's going to pull it off. Besides that one big shot, he handled Dubois. I wouldn't say easily, but he definitely won the night easily. Not too easily, but he definitely had the upper hand. So I think it's the same thing. I think Usyk's going to win. Usyk's going to win a unanimous decision here.
Yeah, but
Dubois got the power, but Usyk is so smart. He knows how to adjust. He's been in there with all the big boys. Joshua beat him twice, beat Fury twice. So he knows how to handle the Giants. So we'll
he
see.
does. He does. But those giants were older. This is a young giant who's fearless, and he's coming in with a sense of fearlessness and a sense of confidence that's just scary at the heavyweight division. Taking out Joshua the way he did, convincingly knocking him out. I mean, I think we're going to see a different type of Dubois. My question is, can Usyk weather the storm? This is the question for
He
me.
will. Yeah, and
If
the
he
thing is,
can,
Usyk's fighting. They're fighting at Wembley Stadium. It'll be like 80, 90,000 people, and Usyk will feed off of that. This guy is so calm. He's so collect. He's such a pro. He's like an assassin. Sometimes he even dresses like an assassin. So
no, fair enough. But
that's not
Dubois,
going to phase him.
I'm not saying that Dubois is going to win, but this is going to be a very different fight from that one, man. I just think the confidence, everything that Dubois is bringing into it, he's used to the Wembley crowd now too, right? I mean, his last fight was at Tottenham Stadium with the same amount of people in there. So, I mean, I don't really think that's going to leverage either way. This is a toss up, man, in my opinion. I really feel that, these are two guys that we have constantly, well, I have anyways, and I think to a certain extent, most other people have as well, have bet against both of them in their fights.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they've proven us wrong continuously. So we got a fight here of two guys that have constantly been on the losing end of most people's, you know, mock cards or whatever. And here we go. So I feel that Usyk is probably going to win this in, probably by decision, like you're saying. I'm going to go that route myself, only for the fact that I think it just comes down to the basics. Like I've said to you before, the one thing that Usyk is, he is a master of the basics,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, if you, I don't know if it's gonna, I don't know. I'm really confused here, man. But I am gonna pick Usyk. You're saying Usyk?
I'm going to
Decision?
take Usyk. People, yeah. So yeah, you're right about Dubois' power. He's got a 95% knockout rate. So I mean, most fighters he fights, he knocks them out, but he wasn't able to do that to Usyk. He did stun him, but it's a debate. Was it a low blow? Was it a clean shot? Right. So there's the question. And that's a huge controversy right there. So I'm going to break it down here. I got some key factors here. We got experience versus youth. Usyk's technical mastery and experience against elite opponents, Joshua Fury, give him the edge. But
Yeah.
Dubois' youth, power, and recent momentum make him dangerous. Usyk's ability to control distance with his jab and movement will be crucial, while Dubois must land early with his power shots, particularly to the body, to test Usyk's resilience. So that's what it's going to be. You got youth versus the veteran. So we're going to see what happens. He's definitely going to target his body because he did hurt him there in the body. So I mean, Usyk will be prepared for that. Everybody says, "Oh, I just hit Usyk in the body; he'll go down." But Fury tried that. Usyk was blocking a lot of his body shots. So Usyk is definitely going to be prepared for that because we all know Dubois' team is going to exploit the body. That's Usyk's, weak spot allegedly, but still nobody has stopped him with it.
How
They
do
know
you,
where to hit him. They know where to get him. But Joshua couldn't do it. Fury couldn't do it. Dubois couldn't do it. If he beats Dubois twice, Fury twice, Joshua twice, like there's really not much else for him left to do. He'll fight Fury for the third time and then he'll retire.
yeah, and I agree with you there. I completely do. But
So we'll
here's
see.
my question: is if your body is your weak point, as we saw with George Kambosos, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you strengthen that body at that age, at that point? Like if that's your Achilles heels, I mean,
Well,
can
he's going
you
to do
can
it.
you
He's going to do
fix that?
Yeah, he's going to do lots of core work and just do better blocking, and just in and out with his footwork, his ring IQ.
So Usyk, we're both in agreement. Usyk.
I'm taking Usyk. Yeah, you can't bet against him right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Dubois could catch him with his power, but I just think Usyk he's going to be prepared for this.
Well, he's
Whatever.
saying Usyk is saying he's going to be relentless and come out hard, fast. So
could be.
Will he get gas? Because I mean, the guy's not your typically built heavyweight. He's built like he's got muscle. So I mean, how long will that last as well? I really believe that Usyk's only storm is those first 4 rounds. If he can get those, because look at Joshua, he started to get through by the 4th round, but Dubois did enough damage in the first 3 rounds against him to knock him out in the 5th. If he wasn't able to land what he was landing in those first 3 rounds, maybe we're talking about a different fight here. Maybe we're talking about Joshua versus Usyk here. So this really comes down to Dubois' gas tank as well. I don't think it's in his best game plan to come out guns a-blazing in this one.
Could just be a trick. They could just be saying to throw the other guy off. Maybe they will do that. Who knows? We don't know. But we know one thing: Dubois is going to go for his body, and Usyk will be ready for that. Strengthen up his core, and he'll have better defense. He always does have good defense. He's hard to hit.
Well, if he keeps coming for his defense, I think then he just Joshua. What's his name? Usyk is just going to jab and stick, jab and run, jab and run. You know what I mean?
He's so good with his footwork. He's so good at in and out. He's so good at lateral movements. It's going to be hard for Dubois to hit him. Good.
Let's see, man. I mean, this is why we talk about it, so we can watch it and see if we're right or wrong, man. So we're both saying Josh or Usyk by decision. We're gonna get a full 12 rounds here, man. Looking forward to it. Let's do it. Let's do it. But mind you, he did stop him. Ref stoppage in their last fight, so that's also a possibility. If he gasses out and Usyk can start putting it together, maybe this thing ends that way as well. But I'm gonna stick with my choice. I'm gonna go decision.
Yeah, me too.
All right, brother, man. The card I know you've been looking forward to. This is the opportunity for the first time on our show to actually talk about a Manny Pacquiao fight that's actually happening, man. I can see it in your eyes. You're Mr. No Nonsense Chance Michaels, but I can see that smile, man. I can see the smile coming. How do you feel about this card overall, man? And when you first heard about it, what was your thoughts?
Stacked.
Yeah.
Stacked card, man. We got Pacquiao, Barrios. We got Tim Tszyu, Vendora. We got Cruz, Ferrero. We got Brandon Figueroa against Gonzalez. So this is a big card.
All right. Well, listen, we don't need to talk about all of them. Well, why don't we start from Tim Tszyu, Sebastian Fundora, the rematch from 2024, March 30th. Tszyu looked comfortable until he got that cut over the eye, and that changed everything. And Tszyu away, but Tszyu's defended since then. He's a legit champion. Sebastian has defended since then. He's a legit champion, in my opinion. He handled his business well. So you can't say that was a fluke. Tim, he's come back. He's had a couple, at least one fight that I know for sure. Nothing spectacular, more of a tune-up fight just to get his name back up there and build up his confidence. How do you see this one playing out, man?
So we're going to just recap the first fight so I can get into the second fight. So, like you said, March 30th, 2024. But what happened is before Tim Tszyu fought Fedora, he was training for Keith Thurman. So, on 12 days' notice, Tszyu could have called the fight up, but he accepted to fight Fedora, who's 6'5". That jab is so hard to get out. He's so tall. He's so skinny. He's like a string bean, right?
Yes.
The guy's 6'5", like 230, 240 pounds, right? But that accidental elbow cut Tszyu open in the second round there, right? And then Fedora just kept peppering him with jabs and just kept bleeding and just worked him down. This time though, this is a tough fight because now Tszyu's had a full camp. He knows his style. He's prepared. We all know Tim Tszyu has more power than Fedora, but he just has that reach, right? So I'm gonna give a quick little prediction here. I got a slight lean towards Tszyu avenging his loss because he's got a full preparation, superior power, and I'm thinking Tszyu's gonna stop him. I'm going to give Tszyu one last chance here. I know Fedora's got the jab, the height. He could force a decision if he boxes smartly. But this is going to be another classic, man. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm going to go with Tszyu just because of that 12 days notice. This is Tszyu's one of his last chances to be up in the upper echelon. If he can't beat Fedora again, he's going to have to, fall down the rankings. He's already ranked number 7, so he's already sliding down. I just got to get my guts telling me Tim Tszyu is going to take this. How do you see it?
Honestly,
because last time it was a fight of the year contender. That's how good the fight was.
yeah, no, and you know what? I mean, I think Tim Tszyu is coming back here. This is the first time back in America. He had his last fight over in Australia to get his bearings and everything. So my question is, how much of that's going to come back when he's here? Like, I'm sure he's in Vegas already, but playing it back in his head, all that stuff that happened, it wasn't his, like, yes, the cut and everything, but I mean, he stayed in there, man. You got to give him credit for that. But
yeah, he did. He lost a split decision, so one judge gave it to
like I mean, you can't take it away with heart and everything. But I mean, again, Fedora, did defend as well. But I think Tim Tszyu has something to prove here, and he's going to come out like he's a little Pitbull, man. I mean, he's like the Australian version of Pitbull Cruz, in terms of stature and just technique and everything. But I'm going to go the other way, man. I think Fedora has something to prove as well, that it wasn't a fluke. It was something. He needs to do something. So I think we're going to get a close fight here. I'm going to go Fedora by decision. I think he just outboxes him with the jab. He frustrates him. It brings back some of those things. And, he's going to be cautious. I think he's going to be cautious for elbows. I'm talking about Tim Tszyu. I think that's going to play in his head a little bit. I could be completely wrong, but just basing it off the psychology and how that fight went down and how close it was, I think Fedora has something to prove here as well. It's just not Tim Tszyu.
It's interesting. The Vegas odd makers have Tszyu as a slight favorite at minus 130, so $130 pays you 100. They got Fedora at a slight underdog, plus 100, $100 pays you back 100. So the odds makers are favoring Tim Tszyu. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Knockout for Tim Tszyu is plus 175.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to knock him out.
Fendora's been stopped a few times, so I guess they're thinking it's all about the full camp, not a 12-day notice. They're thinking Tszyu is just more elite, more strong. We'll see. Hey, Fendora's no joke, man, with that height and reach, right? So
no, and that's what I'm saying. So I mean, I think both guys have something to prove here. Here's a match of the guy who won has to prove something. You know what I mean? We get that all the time in boxing.
Huge upset.
Right? It's a huge upset. No one's giving him the props that he deserved. He was in that ring with this warrior. They're both warriors, right? I mean, you beat the guy, but you're still not accepted. It's kind of in the UFC world. Who was that? The Venezuelan vixen.
Who?
In MMA, that girl, the Venezuelan vixen.
I'm not sure, dude. I don't really watch the women's fights that much.
Okay. Anyways, she beat like the best female fighter in the world, and no one gave her credit for it. You know what I mean? Saying, it was an off night for the other girl. In Tim Tszyu's case, it was, he got the cut over the eye. Yeah, he showed the heart of a warrior. He fought through and everything. But Tszyu was also in there, Fedora was in there also. I'm going to stick with my pick.
Fedora got his nose bloodied up pretty good too. It was a bloody war. Both guys lost a lot of blood in that fight. So,
they did.
This is a really close fight. This could go either way. I'm going to lean with Tszyu, but I wouldn't be shocked if Fedora rocks his rules again too.
Yeah, well, like I said, I mean, if
Tszyu wins, we're going to see a trilogy here.
If Fedora, absolutely, if Fedora can get behind that jab of his with his length, with his reach advantage, jab move, that's going to frustrate him, right?
He's so tall,
right? I mean, basically, Tszyu's got to get inside, and how many shots can he take?
Exactly.
I know that guy's tough, right? So, I mean, this is what it's going to come down to. Is I would love to see the game plan. Okay, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go with Fedora. by decision here. You?
I'm going with Zoo. I mean, it's late stoppage Zoo. As I wrote it next, I'm going to see between. It's I know this is a broad rounds usually within a couple rounds, but I'm going to go between round 7 and round 12. I think Zoo is going to stop him.
Okay, fair play,
That's
man.
giving Zoo a huge benefit of the doubt because this is the kind of guy that'll let you down. But we'll see what happens, man. It's a good fight either way. Last fight was a classic, so I really don't care who wins the fight. I like both guys, so we'll see what happens.
Now, in your opinion, we're looking at Tim Tszyu and George Kambosos. Who is the face of Australia boxing? Put you on the spot.
Probably Zoo. He's a little bit younger. I think Kambosos, because if he would have won his last fight, probably Kambosos, but he's pretty much done now.
Yeah.
I mean, Kambosos has had better moments. I mean, he beat Teofimo. Zoo hasn't topped the moment like that. But if he does this, maybe he will get up there. I'd give the slight edge to Zoo just because he's still fighting, but it's pretty close.
Fair enough. Also on this card, we have the Mexican version of Tim Tszyu as well in Pitbull Cruz going up against here. We got him going up against Ferrero. Quick breakdown for us, Chance.
Yeah,
man.
I got a good one here for
fight?
you, right? Okay, this is some fight dynamics. Let's do it really quickly here.
Yeah.
The last bout was all Mexican war. Both fighters known for high volume punching and aggressive styles. Cruz's strategy relied on closing the distance to unleash body shots and combinations, while Ferreira needed to leverage his reach and lateral movement to counter and keep Cruz at bay. Experience against top-tier opponents and relentless pressure would likely overwhelm for Ferreira, who has never been stopped but has been knocked down in his past fights. A mid to late round stoppage by Cruz or decision victory was considered likely, though Ferreira's durability and power made an upset via decision possible if he could maintain that range. So that's basically what happened there, what we're going to see. This one, same thing again. Cruz is a huge favorite here, minus 600. So you have to put $600 on Cruz to win 100. So Cruz is coming off a loss though too, right? He lost his last fight.
Yeah.
To Jose Venezuela, split decision loss in 2024. So
right.
Cruz is going to be angry. He's fun to watch because he just comes, he puts his head down and comes at you, So I'm really looking forward to the fight.
Yeah, well, I mean, here again is the little guy against the bigger guy. I mean, it's only a few inches that separate them at 5'5", 5'7". What's his name? Pitbull is younger coming into. This is the thing we forget. Pitbull's still in his 20s, man. He's only 27 coming into this fight, 4 years younger than Fedora. Baby girl has made her appearance. Yeah. But again, at the end of the day, both these guys have 18 knockouts apiece, man. So I mean, they're pretty even across the board. Figueroa's got the height or the reach and the height advantage. So I don't know how much of that will play a factor in this because it's not as big as Fedora and Tszyu will be. But ultimately, Cruz is the more experienced professional fighter, having 3 more fights under his belt. But like you, man, I think Cruz has something to prove here. He's angry. He's coming off a loss against Venezuela, like he said. I'm going to give this to Cruz. I think he stops him in about 7 and 8.
Yeah, we're going to see if he can weather the storm.
Yeah,
because he's coming at him, right?
We know Pitbull can take a lot to get him a lot.
He's one of the most exciting fighters to watch too.
100%.
Win, lose, or draw, like he just brings it,
But he's pushed some of the big names to the limit, right? He took our good friend Gervonta Davis pretty far. So and that's a rematch I wish we had gotten again. We never got that one again.
That's true. Yeah, this is going to be a good fight, man. This whole card is just loaded top to bottom.
Yeah, no,
it should be really stacked it, man.
It should be fun night, man. All right.
Yeah, Pitbull is fun. Like this fight could steal the show. The Zoo fight could steal the show. The Pacquiao fight could steal the show.
Yeah,
there's just so much. And Pitbull's coming off a loss, so I think he's going to be really hungry. If Ferrero can weather the storm early, he's coming off a win. So, but yeah, definitely Cruz is definitely the favorite.
All right, brother, man. Now the moment of truth. Here we are. We're not talking about every fight here. We're just covering the main ones here for you guys and gals. But here's the one that I know you want to talk about here. We're talking about the WBC World Welterweight Championship on the line. Mario Barrios coming into this fight as the champion, 29-2-1 against the legend, the GOAT, one of the true GOATs of this sport. 62 victories, 8 losses, 2 no contests, 2 draws. Mr. Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao coming into this fight at age 46, standing at 5'5", going up against a 30-year-old Mario Barrios, 5'10". Reach 70 inches, 71 inches almost for Barrios to that of 66, 70 or 67 inches to Pacquiao's reach. Wow. 14 years, or wait a minute. Sorry, 16 years age difference here. Pacquiao hasn't been in a professional fight in how many years?
5 years.
5 years. He's had a couple
4 years,
exhibitions.
2021. I was at it.
Yeah,
4 years.
he's had exhibitions in between. Nothing
Yep.
spectacular, but here we are. The time has come. Did you first off, Chance? You're his guy. Guys and gals, let's put it this way, okay? Marvin Hagler to Samp is Pacquiao to Chance.
There he is right there. Yeah, man. Well, I knew he was going to come back because after the last fight I went against you guys, I was in the airport. I was talking to a member of his team. I don't even know who he was, some Filipino guy. He saw my Pacquiao shirt. He came up, started talking to me. And he goes, will fight again. And I thought years later, the other guy didn't know what he's talking about. But then if you watch Manny's interview, he's never fully said that he's fully done. He always says, I love to train. I love to be in shape. And I kept thinking to myself, wait a minute, the wheels are turning. Last time he was the oldest champion, he came back. I was there in 2019. He knocked Thurman down in the first round. The whole place went nuts. Everybody thought, he's old. Thurman hadn't been defeated yet. He's known for knockout power. First round, boom, Pacquiao knocking him down. Second round or whatever it was. So I'm not surprised at all. He keeps himself in shape. He always wants to challenge himself. He's not scared of anybody, win, lose, or draw. So Barrios is tall. Barrios doesn't have any punching power. So if Barrios is going to win, he'll win by decision. He's not going to knock Pacquiao out. He just never does knock anybody out. So Pacquiao is the right fight for him because he doesn't have to worry about Barrios' power. If Pacquiao wins, he's not said that he's going to retire. If he loses, he has that he's going to retire. He's leaving that door open, depending, I think, on how he looks in this fight, how he feels, right? He looks great in training. I've been watching their stuff, their little 30-minute like preview of their camps and stuff with interviews. Barrios is very humble. He's not taking this lightly. He knows what he's up against. If he can retire the legend and knock him out, good for him, right? I don't blame him. And this is also about money. This is the most money Barrios ever made in a fight.
Yeah. And
you can't blame Barrios for taking this fight.
No. Barrios' last fight against Abel Ramos, former, friend of our show as well.
Mm-hmm.
He beat him by split decision. So do you feel that his last victory was even convincing?
I mean, I thought he won the fight, but he's not going to scare you. He hits you enough that you feel it, but you don't have to worry about him laying you on the canvas. Like you have to do like a Tank Davis or Dubois or something like that. So Pacquiao knows that. He picked the right fight. And this guy, Pacquiao's given up 16 years or whatever it is and a ton of height. And he's been in so many wars, Manny, but he's going to do another one here. And I got my gut feeling. I'm not just saying that because he's my favorite fighter, but I think he's going to beat him. I think Pacquiao's going to win a split decision.
It's going to be interesting. My only concern is his legs.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I'm coming down to. I'm not concerned about his upper body in any ways. Is how long will his legs last? I mean, look, we talk about this ad nauseum, man, and this goes in any combat sport, even professional wrestling. You can train and train and train until you actually get into that ring and put those real reps in. That's the telltale of your physical condition and what you're really capable of doing. So, I mean, and I'm only bringing this up because in the videos that I've seen, his legs are heavily wrapped up, right?
Well, he always does that, though. But yeah,
right. But that was a concern going into the last fight, and they're not going to get any better chance. I'm not saying they're going to deteriorate more, but they're not going to get better than they were at the best that they had.
He had some calf problems there, but I think he's feeling good. I think he's 100%. He wouldn't have came back. He's been training for a while. He did a couple sparring matches to feel it out, see if he could still go.
Yeah, he had his last fight in July in Japan.
Yeah, so I think he's ready to go.
So do you see this as a decision then?
I think Pacquiao's going to win a split decision. I also think Pacquiao's going to hurt him in this fight.
Okay, interesting.
Because of Pacquiao's angles and lateral movement, like he's got some of the best, according to all the top experts. Pacquiao probably has the best angles, meaning that he goes side to side, lateral movement, in, out, weird angles. He's a southpaw, and he's so strong. Like, I think it was even Tim Bradley was saying the other day, getting hit by Pacquiao is like getting hit with a rock in your head. It feels like bullets coming by your face because you can just hear the wind when he punches. So Barrios is going to be, it's not going to be an easy night for him.
Well, it's not going to be an easy night for him, but we also have to look at the other side of the page here, man, and look at it from a Barrios perspective. I mean, here's a guy coming in, going up against a legend, going up against a GOAT, 16 years advantage he has in youth over him.
Mhm.
The younger man, he should be quicker. He should be more everything. I think this man again. We're talking about Zoo and Fedora as well. Same kind of philosophy applies here, and
Mhm.
in my opinion, for Barrios, this guy's got something to prove here too, right? Like I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
he doesn't want. Is it a lose lose for the guy if he beats Pacquiao? Well, he beat an old man. It's
No,
expected. Blah
because if
blah blah.
Pacquiao looks good, they won't say that. If he looks good, like if it looks like you're not going to see Pacquiao of 2010, but if he looks still pretty good as he did in the Thurman fight and he beats him, we won't say that. If Pacquiao looks really old and tired and sluggish like Roy Jones and Tyson, they look terrible. Pacquiao won't do that to himself. He's too much of a pro.
No, no, no. But what I'm saying, it's a lose lose for him because if he loses to Pacquiao, all you lost to a guy who was
No,
16
but
years
not
older.
well, no, because we're going to say he's one of the greatest of all time. And this guy's a machine. He's in shape, right? So for
Okay, but if
Barrios, it's a huge
Barrios
payday.
beats him though, will
Depending on
people?
how Pacquiao looks. If Pacquiao looks like a shell of his former self, yeah, we'll say that. If Pacquiao looks great, stuns him, hurts him, looks like somewhat reminiscent of the old Pacquiao, we won't say that. So it all depends on how Pacquiao looks. But
So
either way, Barrios wins because he's getting paid well.
what's Pacquiao going to do different this time around than he did against Ugas?
Nothing. He's just gonna be, his legs won't be bothering him. He's
So
just,
the legs were the big issue in that last fight,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I could even see it when I was watching live. I was wondering after the first few rounds, was springing around. He wasn't going. If you really watch him, his angles are insane. He'll come at these weird angles and hit you,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
in and out. And so I knew something was wrong. No excuse, Ugas won the fight, but that's part of the game, right? But I think this time he'll be healthy, and we'll see what happens. Because if he's already proved everybody wrong his whole life, 8 division world champion, 12 different world titles, coming from the Philippines, nobody's ever done that. Not many Asian, well, a new way, but not many Asian fighters come over to North America and dominate. And another thing, you got to watch. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but watch their previews of these fights because they have a thing. Barrios even said Pacquiao is known as the Mexicutioner. He beats up all the Mexican fighters. When I was watching Pacquiao as a kid, I saw that. Now I have a chance to beat the guy who beat all my favorite Mexican fighters. So there's a lot on the line here.
Did you?
It's going to be a lot of fun, man. A
It's
lot of
kind of
fun.
funny when he said that his toughest fight was one. I think it was against Corrales. They were talking to Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it was the Corrales fight that
Morales, yeah.
Morales. Yeah, he was referring to that fight, and then they said, "Oh, you don't think Floyd was your best fight or your toughest fight?" He goes, "No, the guy just ran the whole
Well, he
time."
does. He hits you and pot shots you and runs and catch the point and runs and does this, right? He's hard to hit and catch, but like, I mean, Pacquiao wants to have an exhibition fight. I'm thinking Floyd's not going to do that now, though. He's a couple years older, man. Why would Floyd give him a chance to hit him and hurt him, right? I
That's an
don't blame Floyd.
exhibition.
I don't blame Floyd. No, because Manny doesn't know how to do exhibitions. He only knows one way. You can't trust Manny because he wants to be Floyd's his arch enemy, right? Floyd dodged him for 6 years, and
Yeah.
so Floyd will never take that fight. And if I was Floyd's manager, I'd tell him don't take that fight. It's not worth it. If Manny clipped you, you're gonna look stupid. You already got the win on him. Why chance giving this guy the revenge?
There you go. There you go. All
Yeah,
right,
I
brother
forgot to
man.
say in the Pitbull Cruz fight and the Farrell fight, they fought in February, and then Cruz won a unanimous decision. So we'll see what happens. This time, I think Cruz will stop him, but we'll see.
That should be fun, man. I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
forward to this. This is gonna be an exciting,
This is a loaded
exciting,
card. This is a loaded card.
exciting day. I mean, just down the line, you just look at this whole weekend. We got the Dubois card. The undercard under there is pretty good as
Mm-hmm.
well. But it's a daytime card, so this goes right into that. Then we got this great card here. PBC has put together a very, very good card. You
Mm-hmm.
can catch this on Amazon or however you catch your boxing. It should be fun, man. It should be an interesting night of
This is
boxing.
going to be one of the best days in boxing in a long time
Yeah.
because you're seeing two of you're seeing two of the all-time greats in one day. You're seeing Usyk, and then you're going to see Pacquiao. I can't remember the last time you've seen, and they're both older now, right? This could be the last time these guys ever fight. So you got to watch both. You won't see this much greatness in the same day that I can remember in a long time.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you this question just because I have to ask it. I'm not saying that I have an issue with any of this, but very simply put, does Pacquiao being off so long deserve a title shot in his first fight back?
If you're going to go by how they do it, probably not. But this is about ratings. This is about money, and this is about pay-per-views. Has he earned it from his past work? Absolutely. I guess his last fight against Thurman, he beat him, won the belt. They lost it to Ugas. So I guess they can look at it that way. But of course, they're making an exception for the guy because he's one
It's
of the
almost
great.
like Goldberg going. It's like Goldberg coming back.
Yeah, this is George Foreman versus Michael Moore. Everybody thought Foreman's he's slow, and boom, down goes Moore. So this could be the same thing. Who knows? Maybe Pacquiao looks like an old man, after a couple rounds, he doesn't have it. I think he does. If you watch him on the street, holy crap, his hands are lightning fast still.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the spot. You're going to be watching this fight, and
heck yeah.
Right. Obviously, I'm not sure how you're going to be watching it, but you will be watching it for sure. But the reality is, if he looks old and if he looks decrepit and if he doesn't look like he belongs there, how's that going to make you feel seeing your guy in the ring like that?
It's not going to change my opinion of him at all, because you know what?
No, not change your opinion.
It's not going to bother me, because you know what? I'm just glad he's out there. And the thing is that he looks so good in training camp, right? And then you don't know, like I know one thing when I do sparring from when I was 33 now till I'm 40. My legs are really tired after a few rounds. But I'm not a top of the world, one of the greatest athletes like this guy is. Right? Pacquiao is not only one of the greatest boxers; he's one of the greatest athletes of all time, just for his size, his strength, his speed. So I mean, if anybody can pull this off, we said in 2021, I was too old. He's 40, 41. He can't beat Thurman. Well, down goes Thurman. I couldn't believe the whole place went nuts. So I won't feel any different from the guy. If he came back and looks like crap, gets knocked out, well, he tried it, you know, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not worried about Barrios' power. Barrios could easily win a decision. That's possible, but he's not going to knock Pacquiao out.
Okay. So
it'll be fun, man. Give me lots of fun.
We're both saying Pacquiao by decision.
Yeah, I think Pacquiao by decision.
All right. Perfect. All right, man. That's what
I'd love to see Pacquiao stop him, but I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know, right? I mean, you never know. We are in fight.
And for some reason, before we shut this thing down, for some reason, Pacquiao he does. We all know he's a legend. Every analyst will tell you Pacquiao's an all-time great, but he doesn't, I don't think, get the respect he deserves from some of these fighters just because he's Asian and just because he's from the Philippines. Now, if this guy was an American, we'd be talking about praising him all the time, right? I don't think he quite gets enough respect like he does, but I think it should be more.
We've talked about this before, where the Asian fighters don't get their just due and their just respect. I mean, we're talking about Pacquiao, we're talking about Inoue, we're talking about Donaire and Nakatani, Zhang. You know what I'd like to do one day here, brother man? Let's maybe do some research and find out what the story is. Is there something there?
I know the story of what it is.
Well, no, but let's talk about it. I'm curious. Let's maybe talk about this.
We'll do a show on Asian fighters.
Yeah, definitely. I think we should, because this is an interesting concept. I mean, if you're looking at one of the world's great, and the funny thing is, you look at all these Asian fighters that we've named, they're all amazing athletes in the ring.
All champions.
The one thing they don't have that their counterparts have are very, very disturbing criminal past.
Yep. And they're not loud and boisterful like the Americans are.
And domestic issues.
Yes.
Let's just leave it at that.
And they're not loud and boisterful. They don't sit there and swear and yell in the press conference. They're very humble. We're here to fight. I want to beat my opponent. Praise God.
Probably the only thing that sucks about the build up to this fight are the press conferences and everything, and no trash talk, right?
No, so I mean, won't do it.
It's not ideal for the North American crowd, but the international crowd appreciates it, right? Because if you watch boxing in the UK, even to this day, as modern as everything is, we apologize for the language. We apologize for the language. Not in America, man. They embrace it. It's a very interesting.
Don't get me wrong. I love the entertainment of it too, but you're right. We'll do a deep dive on some of the top 5 Asian fighters and break it down. They should have more respect in North America. Absolutely.
We should absolutely do that. Now, speaking of North America, very quickly, I'm putting you on the spot. Your thoughts on Eddie Reynoso, another one of his guys going down to PEDs. What is this saying? Are we looking at a bad trainer here?
Good trainer, bad guy. He knows how to train the fighters. He knows his stuff. He knows boxing inside and out, but he's obviously giving his fighters the juice, or he's aware of it. Whether he's injecting them or giving them the pill or putting it in his drink, I don't know. But he needs to be suspended. And he can say, well, I didn't know what my fighter was doing. Well, you're responsible for your fighters. You know, you know their nutrition, you know what's going in and out of their body. This is not club fighters at the local boxing gym where you don't know what they're doing. You know, these are pros, millionaire fighters. I say suspend them for a year. Some De La Hoya suspend them for life. This is a 7th offense now. Like, how many more offenses do you need, dude? I understand 1 or 2 you could say you didn't know. 7 different guys? Come on, man. I suspend them for a year. Personally.
So Eddie Reynoso has released a statement here. I'm just going to read a quick little bit about it, man. Tell me what you think, okay? He says here, given the recent comments and speculations about my relationship with boxer Francisco Rodriguez, it is pertinent to make the following clear. First and foremost, I am not Francisco's coach or manager, whom I had the pleasure of meeting in person yesterday. So the guy saying he wasn't even his
He's
trainer,
trying to distance himself now.
crazy.
Well, they'll release the footage of him training him, and we'll settle that real quick because all this stuff is filmed.
There you
So they
go.
can look at in-house at least, right?
There you go. There you go. All right, brother man. Anything in this crazy week that we're about to embark on in boxing?
Yep.
Anything happen in history, both Canadian or world?
1989, Evander the Real Deal Holyfield moved closer to a heavyweight title shot with a frightening second round KO of Addison Rodriguez at the Caesars Tejo Outdoor Arena in State Line, Nevada.
Wow.
1989,
Hey.
Real Deal, one of my favorite fighters. Yeah.
There you go. There you
Love
go.
that
You
guy.
met him.
I was one of the few guys when my buddy ordered the pay-per-view. I think Jesus was there too. I was one of the only guys cheering for Holyfield over Tyson. Everyone wanted Tyson. That's the only guy I want. I like Tyson, but I want Holyfield to win.
No, fair play, man. Fair
I
play.
don't know why. Just didn't always like them.
All right. So where are you going to be this weekend?
Down south.
You're going.
I'm going.
Are we calling it? Are we calling it here on the show?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Friday.
All right, so Chance Michaels will be in Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? I'm going to say this to you now, brother man. You need to send me as much stuff back as possible so we can post this up. Maybe we can even possibly you work off your phone, so maybe we can do a quick hit and do a live or something from Vegas. We'll figure something out if we can do it while you're there and I'm here. But man, this is exciting. You better bring me back a hat.
Yeah.
I'm calling it now. Thank you so much, brother.
This will be my seventh Pacquiao fight.
That's amazing. Like I've said to people, I explain to people like, oh, your friend, Chance, he loves Pacquiao. I go, it's different genres entirely, but you going to a Pacquiao fight is like me going to a U2 concert. Right? You've seen Pacquiao now. This will be number 7.
Number 7.
I've seen U2 21.
There you go.
Right. So same kind of philosophy, right? I mean, you love something, you will find a way to get there. The only thing I missed was U2 at the Sphere. I didn't get there.
That's a cool looking place, man. I've never been in there, but it looks awesome.
No, it's amazing, man. Just walking around it, looking at it,
looks cool.
It's really cool. All right, brother man, listen, I'm going to say to you very straight up, I'll probably talk to you off the air, but on the air, please have a safe journey down to Vegas. Enjoy yourself. Be responsible. Have fun, do your thing, and everything is everything. Baby girl, how you doing? Oh, she ran away. You know what? I'll be honest, there is no show without the appearance of baby girl at least once.
Yeah, she likes to come in there and take a look. It's hilarious.
She has to come and see it, man. She has to come and see it. All right, guys and gals, this is it. We are in the midst of Undisputed. We forget to keep mentioning that this fight is for Undisputed.
Yeah,
between Usyk and Dubois too. So, I mean, this is the opportunity for Usyk to become 2-time heavyweight undisputed champion. So that's 3-time undisputed.
Usyk needs to get a lot more respect. He's one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Think about it. If he wins this one, you got to start saying that.
Undisputed at cruiserweight, undisputed at heavyweight. The second opportunity to be undisputed again at heavyweight. This should be interesting.
Unbelievable. The guy's unbelievable. Great guy, amazing fighter. I love watching him. If he fights Fury, I want Fury to beat him because I like Fury more. But I love Usyk too. Love the guy. He's a great guy.
Should be interesting to see. And I think a lot will know what the picture looks like after this fight, depending on how Usyk looks, right? You can't take nothing away from this guy. It's really hard to bet against either one of them.
Exactly.
So it's going to be a great night of boxing, a great afternoon of boxing. And you know what? We even got a really cool MMA card with Dustin Poirier and Max Holloway.
UFC 318.
So that's going to be fun as well. So, I mean, right across the board, we don't have to worry about wrestling, nothing like that this weekend. It's all about boxing. So guys and gals, strap in, enjoy it. And the summer is beautiful. The weather is beautiful. So hit the beaches, have fun, do your thing, but just be safe. And that's all we ask of you guys. Right? And most importantly, remember, you got to be strong on the head and don't let other people dictate your path and journey. The only person who can hold you down is yourself. So don't be your worst enemy. Be your biggest supporter. Samp and Chance are out.